My guest this morning is Curtis Tapiwa, and he is the founder of Animaniacs Zimbabwe. What is that?
Thank you. So Animaniac is...
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? It's good to be here. So Animaniac, or anime rather.
Yeah.
Anime is like a type of show from Japan, but there's also versions in China, Korea, all around. But some examples are Naruto, Dragon Ball. We grew up watching those. So I realized that we had like no options as Zimbabweans to really like get connected with our characters that we used to like. Let's say, for example, someone likes out of context Spider-Man. And they want to wear Spider-Man cosplays, they want to dress up as Spider-Man, they want to really enjoy feeling like Spider-Man. Where can they now go and get said items?
No way.
So we realized that we wanted to like make sure we bridge the gap between Zimbabweans and their favorite characters from anime. So we started Animaniac. So basically we started off with small things like jewelry, merch, even something as simple as a bracelet or a ring that's got the same designs and styles from Naruto, Dragon Ball, and many other animes, like so many out there, to be honest. And then expanded to apparel, like hoodies, T-shirts, caps, and then over time, we got enough support from the communities, which is very supportive in Zim. And we started our first event with a long-time seller as well, called Otaku Peddler. He had been in the game for a minute, but then he was supportive, and we launched this event called OtakuCon, where people can now gather and have a full-day convention where we talk about anime, and people can go and they shop for anime things. There's competitions for cosplay. We dress up. You should really come through. It's really exciting.
Where does this happen?
Jamtree. The Jamtree.
Has it already happened? Is it...
So we've had 3 so far, and the final one for this year is happening on the 22nd of December at Jamtree again. So you guys should come through.
I'll take it you're a big fan then.
I am. It's actually my life, to be honest, because funny story. I was actually at UZ studying something completely different.
What was it? I'm curious.
Take a guess.
Engineering?
Agriculture. Yeah.
And you're like, no. It's not speaking to me.
I realize that it may sound like a far-fetched thing, but it's possible to follow your passion and succeed. I wasn't always sure of what would happen, what would come of me if I followed whatever I liked, but once you start doing what you love, I know it's like really cliche and said a lot of times, but if you really do what you really love, it's less of like something you have to work for and wake up for, as now it's more natural as breathing. So you just wake up and you're like, oh, anime, you know? Because like what we do now is just connect. The people are so friendly, supportive. We all talk about anime every single day. It's a vibe. So yeah.
I'm curious about what an anime conversation sounds like.
To be honest, it starts off from anything. Something as simple as, is that like a necklace from Naruto? And then that's enough. And next thing you know, we're talking about the last episode of whatever show you recently watched, and debates. Those are the most common amongst fans. You know how people that love soccer can never shut up about soccer? Like Manchester City and Manchester United and Arsenal, what? They'll be like, yo, Pago saw Bora Nezuro, then it's gone. Anime is much worse.
Wow.
It's much worse.
Do you get like fanatic passionate, like frothing at the mouth to get your point across because you can't speak fast enough and passionately talk about what it is?
Frothing at the mouth is a bit that's a bit much, but I would say we get really involved with it. I wouldn't call it like extreme passion, but it's more like something that de-stresses people. For example, people don't know that anime, as compared to cartoons, is something that's got more mature themes and content. So let's say you watch a cartoon, something as simple as Tom and Jerry. They're just basic comedy. All they want to do is make you laugh and forget about your problems type of thing. With anime, there's actually underlying stories within every story, and it's more well thought out than movies, actually. So something as simple as, for Naruto, for example, was actually the inspiration behind Animaniac, because it's the story of a boy who was never loved in his childhood. Not saying I wasn't loved, but I'm just saying...
Yeah, I was like...
Life was tough. Okay, fine. Life was tough, is basically. And the village that he was in didn't like him. So let's just say the village in this context, the economy, the country, how things go, the standard way of things. And over time, he learned to believe in himself to the point where people started to believe in him. And that's the story of Naruto. And because of that, in my context, I I used to do agriculture. I wasn't in love with it. I didn't like it at all, to be honest. I did it because that's what I had with my certain grades at school. And then I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to follow my passion based on what Naruto was like. And it wasn't easy. It didn't always like just kick off from step one, pass to later. No, it was more like a gradual thing. You keep working, you have to persevere, you have to be resilient like all Zimbabweans are. And then over time, people really started taking notice and they can't help but notice you. They can't help but love you.
Now, for those who want to take more notice of you and actually just get involved in the activities that... So Animaniacs, apart from the event that you... How many times a year have you held it?
So far, it's our first year of doing the event, so we're going to the fourth one now.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So apart from just the event itself, what other activities center around Animaniacs and where do we find you?
All right, so we recently opened our second shop in Blaawai, so people can actually go and shop at... if you're in Harare, you can come by Jonah City, by the upper ground floor. If you're in Blaawai, there's a building called Haddon and Sly, second floor, shop 47. And as for the events, there's also an event we attend called Converge. It's like Comic-Con Zimbabwe, where they not just anime, but they also do a lot of other things. They also support artists in Zimbabwe and all the other stuff that happens. But aside from that, that's essentially it.
Wow. You know what, Curtis? I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.